Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Doomed Friend, and today we're going to be going over Gara and the Gara build that I have flaunted in the title of this video. Yes, it is possible to be super tanky and do lots of damage as Gara, but it is not how you'd think it is. Unless you know how to play Gara, then know how to play Gara really well, then whatever. I'm just going to briefly go over her abilities. If you know her abilities, you can just go ahead and skip to this point in the video. I will put it up on screen. I'm just going to be going over the synergy between the abilities and how to use them. So yeah, skip to that. So with the abilities, you have Shattered Lash, which, as the description says, lash out with a stream of shattered glass or hold for an arcing strike. This basically means you have like something you can shoot out, like a shot out glass thing, or you can hold it and she does like a slow sweeping thing of glass. Rarely will you need to do the hold attack. Splinter Storm, she puts like things of shards of glass around her, and or against allies or against enemies, but this build is going to require putting it on herself. So you throw it on her, and as you can see, it costs a flat damage amount. It has a duration, so I tried to make the duration a lot. Oh, I'm on the wrong build. Hold on. Okay, as you can see, I made the duration a lot. And you want this to last a long time, and you want this to have a decent amount of range. So yeah, this is something you're going to be using a lot. Spectro Rage, I'm not even going to go over it, not necessarily for this build at all. Okay. Mass Vitrify. It is the other key element in this build. Essentially, it makes a ring of glass, slows enemies that are inside. It makes it so enemies can't get in. They'll start beating on the glass. They can break it, but more damage, more ability power makes it so it has more strength to stop the enemies. You can also use it with the whip, and it'll explode instantly and damage all the enemies on the outside. So the way this works, the way this build works, you activate Splinter Storm on yourself, you activate Mass Vitrify, and then deactivate it again so that it doesn't do a huge outward shield. Instead, it just does a small one instantly. And you jump on the outside, and you use Shattered Lash while you're staring at it, and it increases the damage that you have for Splinter Storm. Now, this does not cap. The damage does not cap. The damage resistance will go, or damage reduction will go up to 90%, and that's a flat 90%. 90% damage reduction is pretty dang good, so I don't necessarily think you're going to need more than that anyway. But yeah, so you can infinitely do the damage multiplier. I'm going to go into the build and then show all of this in action. So the build that I'm running, which I didn't put on config A for some reason, is I'm running Rejuvenation with the damage resistance and the insane amount of health the insane amount of damage that she reduces. She doesn't need health mods, and Rejuvenation makes it so that if she does lose a little bit of health while you're building back up your damage reduction, you can just recover that health pretty quickly. It doesn't really matter which one you run there. It's not necessary for this build at all. Then I'm running Intensify for just a little bit more ability strength. I don't want the ability strength to be nerfed. And as you can see, any other mod I put here, I could put on Rage, but it's not really gonna help. I don't need negative stats mods, so I just didn't find anything else that was like worth my time, so I threw that on there. So continuity really works best in this build because it is beneficial to have that extra duration. But if you don't have primed continuity, you could go with regular continuity, or more efficiency. You're just going to be casting a lot of abilities in a short amount of time. And with duration, with extra ability duration, you're not going to have to cast them as often, which is what I like to do. Next we have Narrow-Minded. It's plain and simple. Extra duration just lowers range, which I compensate with that for stretch. So Narrow-Minded is an extremely useful one for this build. I have it almost maxed out because with it being too maxed out, it'll give you extreme negative stats, and stretch will not exactly be able to compensate for as much as you needed.